Y'all, this movie was freaky. What is up, flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about the brand new A24 film that's not getting a wide release in theaters, was supposed to come out last year, lots of controversy, but this is called Under the Silver Lake, starring Andrew Garfield. This is getting a very limited theatrical release on April 19th, followed by an on-demand / VOD release on the 22nd. How did I watch it? I had to order it on Amazon from another country because apparently it's already come out. I'm like, how have so many people seen this? Then I looked it up, I did some research. I'm like, hey, I want to see Under the Silver Lake. And I've heard really good things about it from some circles, and then from other circles, not so much. So I was interested to see where I was going to fall, and I was excited to watch it because I love A24. I love Andrew Garfield. So how could this movie be bad, even though it ended up being really crazy? I'm going to talk about all of that. I want you guys to leave your comments down below. Does this movie sound appealing? Does it sound too wacky? Are you excited to see it? And are you going to check it out when it drops on VOD on the 22nd of April? Let's talk about Under the Silver Lake. So Sam, intelligent but without purpose, finds a mysterious woman swimming in his apartment's pool one night. The next morning, she disappears. Sam sets off across LA to find her, and along the way, he uncovers a conspiracy far more bizarre. And yeah, that premise, I mean, it's weird, but it doesn't even begin to capture what this movie is all about, or what I think it's all about. I'm still unsure of certain elements and moments and purposes and character interactions in this movie. I don't know what to think of the plot yet, although I do think it was well executed from a storytelling perspective. I thought the directing in this movie was insanely good, and it's also shot really well. The look and the feel, the cinematography, the way that the movie tackles tone and atmosphere, it's some of the best I have seen all year. Now, 2019 as a whole has been a slightly disappointing year for movies. I have wanted so much out of so many things that just really haven't delivered, and Under the Silver Lake was one of my most anticipated movies of last year. So that kind of transferred into this year, even though the release date shifting and A24 couldn't really find a good time to release this in theaters in the United States. They just don't know what they're doing, which is odd to say because I love the studio so much. Under the Silver Lake, in my opinion, is something so ambiguous and crazy and out there and full of itself in a way, but I enjoyed it. It is 1000% this year's Sorry to Bother You. Sorry to Bother You came out, and a lot of people didn't love it. I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. There will be people on both sides of the fence with that film, even more so this film. Now, I think critically, this one's a bit more divided. Critics loved Sorry to Bother You. Critics are either loving or hating Under the Silver Lake, and it's not like, oh, well, if you don't like it, then you just don't get it. No, I like the movie a lot, and I'm still unsure of certain character motivations and really why the film goes down certain paths. I don't love some of the metaphors and some of the things it's trying to say in this story, but it's all about the character's journey. It's about getting on board with Andrew Garfield, and I loved his character in this movie. He is so curious. He is on this adventure, and you are right there with him, whether he's seeing all these crazy things that are happening on the side of the road, these animals, these creatures, these monsters, if you will. I don't mean physical, more metaphorical, but this entire movie is metaphorical. Some people won't look at it through the lens that I watched it as. This is a movie that makes fun of certain groups of people, the higher ups, if you will. Andrew Garfield gets himself in situations where he is dealing with people like that, and maybe people watching this from that perspective will not like what it's trying to say. And I don't necessarily love what it's trying to say, but I appreciate the fact that it went for it. It swung for the fences. The dialogue, it's just so off-kilter and off the wall and odd. And even though there are all of these hidden messages and hidden meanings, a lot of it is open to interpretation. I have heard many theories and speculation about this film of what it could mean and what it does mean, and the fact that you can have so many interpretations that do make sense of this plot and of where it goes. And I'm sorry I'm not spoiling any major elements of the story because I feel like everything in this movie is a spoiler. But for me, all of those things that I just mentioned, they never fell flat. They never left me uninterested. I was always engaged in Garfield's character and what he was trying to do and trying to find this girl who had wonderful chemistry with Andrew Garfield in the beginning of the film. I loved where their relationship was going, and I thought at the summary, I'm like, oh, Oh, she's disappearing. Riley Koo. I always have pronunciation issues, and I don't know how to say her last name, but she's great. She's been in movies like Mad Max and all over television, so I really love her, and I love their chemistry. I like all of the groups of people that he gets in with, and at the end of the film, a lot of these people come together, and they have this awesome chemistry as Garfield is getting himself into places that maybe he should not be in, and maybe in with the wrong people, and being shot at by really bad people, and it's all just so interesting. It's this giant mystery that you're wrapped up in what happened to this girl, and what is Andrew Garfield's character finding out along the way. But I think that's what it all comes down to. If the movie doesn't suck you in within the first 30 minutes, then I don't know if you're going to love where it goes. If you're not on board with certain characters kind of showing up and then leaving and not showing up again. Topher Grace is in the film, and then he's out of the film, and then he's in the movie again. There are just some people in there where I wish we could have seen more of them, could have fleshed out certain characters. And even though I like the ambiguous nature, I did want some answers to certain plot points. It's a lot of mystery in this movie, but what do you expect from A24? They are going to bring you out-of-the-box films, and Under the Silver Lake is one of the most out-of-the-box films that I have seen all year, and because of all of those things, I'm actually going to go pretty high with this movie. I'm going to go 82% for Under the Silver Lake. One of the better movies or experiences I have seen this year, but it's definitely one of those I will have to rewatch, and I will have to sit and think about what is my interpretation of this plot. What do certain story points, animals, and characters mean? And I can't wait for you guys to let me know what you thought of this film and give me some feedback. I want to hear your perspective, because I think, to me, that is the most important thing. That's the reason why I review films in the first place. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, I am currently out of town. This is a pre-recorded video. Hellboy and Missing Link, those reviews are coming. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but they will be out eventually. But as always, I will get up early on Friday morning and review the brand new 2 Netflix movies in my car. I'm excited for both of those things. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for watching this video once again, and I'll catch you later.